So we're here today to have a look at your new machine, Nye.
Trueman by Bola. So concept that came to me having done work with projected images on screens with computer controlled machines behind them. We did that for Smash, which is an Indian company who've set up a series of cricket centres or entertainment centres with cricket lanes, projected image of a bowler on a screen, synchronised with a computerised machine behind it, spitting balls out for batting practice in an entertainment centre environment. They also accumulate stats and things. It's quite a fantastic concept, but projection always struggles with low light levels. So if you want to try and project an image in high light, and most of the high-end cricket practice is done in light-sensitive environments, i.e. it's bad light, stop play, then that doesn't work. So we looked at doing an alternative to the projected image and came up with this mono LED screen, which is basically a crude resolution, high contrast. So we're interested in the contrast rather than the detail, because the detail is a struggle. The future would be an ultra bright LED screen like you see the replay screens at the cricket matches, but that's not quite available to us yet. One of the criteria for the physical package is what do you do with the machine when it's not in use. So we've had to make a machine that will fit through or store in a 2.05 metre storage environment like there are at Essex and Kent, for instance. So they have to clear their playing areas in the practice facilities for indoor cricket. So they have no storage area which is above that height, so the machine has to go down to the 2.05 metres. So we've come up with a height adjustment which allows you to pull the operating height of the machine down to what would be a movable level, and it'll also go through a 1 metre door opening. So again, another criteria, and I say it's a bit bizarre to start with functionality of the machine which is unrelated completely to what it does. So what do you do with it when you're not using it? So and the easy setup, obviously you've got to be very careful with people's backs. So this particular machine is a prototype. So the finished items, we've got one at Lords and one at Loughborough, but this is very much a prototype, but it is representative of the finished product. So going round to the feeder element, so you have an elevator feeder. We have been used to gravity feeding balls in at the top of the machine, but with a height limitation, you can't put a reservoir of balls up above the machine because then it doesn't go down to the storage height. So we've made this elevator system which lifts the balls up one by one on demand. As the ball disappears, then the elevator system loads another one in. It's the functionality element of it, I really like it. If you like making marble runs when you were small, those types of things, it's a very nice piece of engineering to have made. It's quite expensive and elaborate for what it does, but we're sort of stuck with having to do it like that because of the business of keeping the height of the machine down. The machine is Wi-Fi enabled, so it's a Wi-Fi hotspot. You log into it with any Wi-Fi enabled device, so it could be your iPhone or an Android device or a Windows phone, so it'll bring up this interface, and that allows you control of all the machine functions, which would be speed, length, line, swing. There's a repeat time there. You can choose from a selection of different animations. We have a laser sight, turn on and turn off there. The bleeper noise, you can turn that off too. There's an overs tab, which allows you to pre-program balls where you can put in the speed, the length, the line and the swing of each ball, and then add it to a file and save it as a file. So you can bowl a selection of, you have a file which might be 30 different balls. You might have 6 balls of one animation, 5 balls of 6 balls of another animation, 6 balls back with the original one, or change. And each ball doing a different thing or not. Or you can also have a variation, so you put a variation window into each of those numbers, and then if you just put variation speed, 70 to 80, it'll just random vary between 70 and 80 and nothing else. You can do variation of length or variation of line. So there's a certain amount of extra sophistication in that. You can create yourself as a user in the Overs tab, so Alastair. I'll put my name in there, get a login and a password. Next time I come to the machine, I can save anything that I've done in terms of a file. Next time I come to the machine, I log in as me, and then that allows me to have access of all the things I did last time and add to those and save them. So I've done quite a lot of work with this, and so far so good, but it is constantly evolving. So, and it will go on evolving, and nothing ever, the development never stops. Yeah, I think that the business of making products for cricket, it's important to look at what is currently available. One of the participation level things is that the youngsters coming into the game need to see bits of technology being used in the game that are contemporary for them. That they look at this and they all understand it. Give this to a 10-year-old, they work it out straight. Oh, okay, fantastic. And they don't even. There's no questioning about the technology. They just get on with it. It's just, oh yeah, that's what we do now. So it's even better if you put it on a smaller screen, an iPhone screen, and then. But couple that with the screen technology, because we're all used to looking at screens. I think that the whole concept has worked fantastically well in terms of acceptance. And there are bits of it which aren't realistic, but nobody seems to worry about that. You put a figure on a screen, you synchronize it properly with a ball being delivered, and it's quite like playing. It's very like playing. It's not exactly like playing, but probably the bits that are missing around the edge don't really matter that much. And the younger you get, the less they matter, because there's just this figure coming in, bowling a ball at you, and you play your shot. So
it's virtual cricket reality.
Yeah, I think it is virtual cricket reality. I think it's contemporary cricket reality. So that's the more important thing, is not standing still, not saying this is what we do. We do this because we've always done it like this. We don't. We have to evolve. We have to get people interested. And I say I'm really pleased with that element of it.